Well, welcome back to another Tool World podcast. This is your host, David Ju, and I'm here with Master Ju today.
How are you doing today, Mr. Ju?
I'm pretty good. This is our third time filming this.
Take three.
We
Yeah.
had some technical difficulties. Actually, it might be the fourth if you consider our first one that we switched gears on.
Yes, this
Yeah.
would be the fourth one this week.
So hopefully this one is the best one.
Hopefully.
But let's give a
Just
quick...
give us a like on it anyway, okay?
Yeah,
You don't have to watch it anymore. Just give us a like.
right. Well, we have a couple events coming up soon that we'd like to give kind of a shout out to. Coming up in July, we have our Tool 3 seminar, and we're going to be covering the patterns Yogok through Chungmu. Now, we do a lot of detailed work, the angles, the stances, techniques, application, right? So I highly suggest this one. Hopefully you pick up something new, or it just reconfirms all your knowledge, right? There's never enough too much learning to be done. So we hope to see you there. To register, you guys can visit our website, jewstkd.com, under the events tab.
Right. So we're going to be covering things that we probably can't cover in class as much.
Right. Now, additionally, don't forget to check out our Tool World Plus program. And in this one, we do weekly videos each week covering different kind of topics in depth, like techniques, ways of moving, stances, pattern breakdowns. And on top of that, you also get discounts on all of the Juice Taekwondo events, such as the Tool 3 seminar. You get a little 50% discount, which is pretty sweet, as well as retail kind of stuff. You can order some uniforms, get a nice discount there. Patches.
That isn't available on our website. It's only exclusive for our members. So.
Very nice.
Oh.
And then if you are a USITF member, you also get your membership paid for by the end of the year. If you're not a USITF member, don't worry, you can still join. You can still join. You don't automatically become a USITF member by doing it.
Right. We'll give you something different.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or now, recently, we had a question come up from one of our students about rank and where do they stand?
Right. Well, actually, it's something that I noticed as we started going back into the studio. Because during the COVID situation, we had dots on the floor. And so I would just direct them, hey, go stand on that dot. Go stand on that dot. But since we removed the dots, I decided we should let the students line up on their own. And what I kind of found was that the senior rank forgot how to do that.
Yeah.
Or forgot how to organize the group. So is there a way to line up? And Mr. Ju, you want to cover that?
Yeah, senior rank in the top right, then next highest rank to the left, making their way down. New row, still on the farthest right, highest rank, working their way down. That's the whole gist of it.
Right. And, the thing that I found was that giving the students to the senior rank to line up the class is, a lot of times you have students that don't know where to stand, specifically new students, right? And so the senior rank was telling everyone, was walking around the room and says, you guys stand here, you guys stand here, you guys stand here. And it's okay for like a small group, but in the big scheme of things, I thought it wasn't a good way of doing how to line up a room. Because if you have like 10 students, you could do it, right? But what happens if you have 20 or 50? Or what about a seminar that has 100 or 1,000? You can't have the senior rank go line up here, line up here, line up here. You got to go here, you got to go there, right?
Right.
It's really a group effort, and everyone needs to pitch in and make sure that they're lined up properly, right?
Right.
And so, but where do they stand? Obviously, it's pretty simple. The upper corner is the seniors. It could be the black belts, then it go red belt, blue belt, green belts, and so forth, right? But within the groups, there is also positions, senior positions within the group, right? Obviously, black belts is a little bit easier. If you're 4th degree, you're the senior, whatever it is, 3rd degree, so forth, right? But even within that group, you have senior positions, right? So how do we know who is a senior within a group. Let's say a red belt.
Yeah.
You want to go over that one there, Mr. Jew?
Well, usually it's by whoever tested first.
Right. So whoever tested
tested
first,
first.
so they're more senior.
Yeah, but if they test on the same day, then it's going to be whoever's older.
Okay, so like twins.
Okay. 30 seconds older?
Exactly. You ever notice that? We have a few twins.
Yeah.
And you ever notice that there's one person that's always in the senior position, and you go, which one are you? Are you sure you're the senior person?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And they would say, yes, I'm in the right position because I was born 1 minute before
Right.
my sibling.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. You do get that all the time. It's kind of interesting. Our San Ramon studio has a ton of twins. Or it did.
Yeah, that is true. Interesting.
But that's besides the point.
And that has nothing to do with San Ramon, does it?
No.
No.
What about for students that are white belts?
Students that are white belts? Pretty much the same, except they don't test, right?
Yeah.
So it's when they sign up. So technically, a person that signed up on Monday is more senior than the person that signed up on Tuesday because they have 1 day more experience than the other guy does,
Right.
right?
I don't know if white belts really care about that, though. They're a little...
No.
You know, actually, the one that probably comes more often would understand where they stand. And the person that doesn't come that often would probably just end up at the back.
Yeah, they don't care anymore.
Because of experience anyways, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I think that we shouldn't care about it too much. We should know. We should know the rules. But, yeah, I don't think we should care too much. Because I kind of feel like it's two egos. Like, I'm higher ranking than you.
Yeah.
Why do you have to rub it in my nose?
Right. Yeah,
Right?
that's
kind
true.
Of that. I mean, that's kind of what it kind of says in a way. So, but talking about those white belts, right? So it's when they started, and obviously, if they started at the same time, it would be whoever's older, right?
Yeah.
But what about like siblings that are
Start on the same day?
start on the same day? They're twins, right?
Okay.
So one's older, obviously, right? But I kind of like it to allow the ladies go first. Sometimes you have twins that are boys and girls, right?
Yeah.
I kind of like to let the lady go first.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Is that too old school?
No, that's not too old school.
You sure?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's good. Now, yeah, rank doesn't really matter too much. I think I don't really mind where I stand. I don't think I really care. Well, also because I'm probably the youngest out of all the fourth dans, so I don't really mind sitting at the back because, you know, I'm for sure the youngest compared, they're all adults by that point. And
There is more responsibility being in senior position as well.
There is, yes.
Like you got to
is.
know the student oath.
Right, that's true.
You know how many people forget the student?
Yeah. But you know, kind of going off that, a lot of times the students, their testing dates are, you know, it's whoever is highest, and that's because their testing dates are so close to each other. If I'm a red belt, one red belt, maybe the next red belt, it's only 3 months. It's not that far, right?
Right.
But sometimes you get students that were like a first dan, really young, and now they've been a first dan for 3 years.
Right.
But then sometimes you get new first stands that are standing in front of them. So is it our responsibility as instructors to make sure that, you know, you acknowledge that they've been a first stand for a long time and that they're staying in front? Because this has happened before.
Absolutely. I think everyone should just know where they are, right? And just because someone's a junior, but they've been that rank for a longer time, I think that you should acknowledge that. And so as an instructor, I would make sure that that person would move. I would move them over there. I said, you should stand in this position. Now, I don't always notice that all the time because they kind of all look alike. You know, oh, first stand. I don't remember when they tested or whatever. But if you do know for sure, you know, you should say, you should stand here. You know, and I definitely will point that out, especially if someone is, you know, kind of pulling that rank thing.
Right.
Right. So, move them that way.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
So what about when you're sitting down?
Mm-hmm.
How do we line up on that? Like a
group photo.
group photo,
Group
right?
photo, right. Well, with the COVID protocols, it's the first person in the middle, head instructor. Then you got
Right.
the two chairs next to them, and then you got the next two highest ranks. So then you got another two chairs between, and then you got all the people in the background. They all hands out, and trying to spread out a little bit.
6 feet apart.
6 feet apart. But
You'd have to have a super wide angle for that.
you want big school too, so yeah.
You need a gymnasium.
For that. But before COVID, or without the social distancing, you got the head instructor in the middle, highest rank. Then we go to the right of the head instructor, that's the next highest rank, and then we go back to the left, and we continue alternating between those two until there's no more chairs.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Now, when do you ever get to sit in the chairs? When do you graduate from standing in the back to sitting in the front?
Yeah. Well, it's probably how many chairs are in the location.
Right.
If you had only one chair, it's the senior guy. If you had two, well, I guess it's the senior guy and the next senior guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's a good question. I think that for sure, I think that the people that should be sitting there are the senior officials,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Or the highest rank.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys that are important in a way, right?
Right.
And at what point do you stop? If you had a bunch of chairs, I guess it could be the whole room. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point do you stop? I would say probably 4th degree, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, there is another, not just 4th degree. I was just thinking about that. If you had someone that's a 1st degree and they were wearing a suit, would you let them sit down? I probably would, just because they look like the odd guy out.
Right. Yeah.
Or you could take 2 suits and go put them on the corners.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that just to balance it out.
Yeah.
But that could mean a first stand is on one side and then a fifth stand on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the first stand behind someone that's really tall and really big. Yeah. So it's just the head.
Just the head.
Above their shoulder.
Yeah, that's true. Or you kneel down, will you? Don't show your suit.
All right, well, I think that was a good discussion on rank, kind of where we stand. So don't forget to be safe
Keep training.
and have a great week.
Taekwondo.